together. I work at the Independent Dyslexia Consultants. I work with adults across the education and occupation range. I think the biggest barrier is misunderstanding, and the misunderstanding is on both sides. I think a lot of dyslexic adults actually don't understand how their dyslexia impacts them in the workplace. And certainly a lot of employers and managers don't understand the more subtle aspects of dyslexia, the organisation and memory difficulties, and the subsequent lack of self-confidence difficulties that dyslexic people often have. I usually suggest the individual tries to have some responsibility over this, because it is important that the person recognises that they might have a problem that needs addressing, and there are online screening checklists that can be done, or in fact Human Resources sometimes will hand out screening checklists that can be done in the individual's own time to allow them to get used to the idea. Following that, if with the agreement of the individual, then they can be sent for a diagnostic assessment to a recognised psychologist or dyslexia consultant who can carry out a diagnostic assessment. And then the last part of that jigsaw is the workplace assessment, where adjustments can be made in the workplace. From a manager's point of view or an employer's point of view, there are two things that can be done. The dyslexic individual can be given sort of compensations, which can be assistive technology like voice-to-text software, spelling packages. Dragon is the most commonly recommended voice-to-text, speech-to-text software. All individuals will need coaching and training on how best to utilise that assistive technology in the workplace. A lot of dyslexic people work better in a quiet environment, so having an office to go to when they have to write a difficult email or a difficult report is important. Some dyslexic people prefer to work in an office. If there's no office available, they prefer to have flexi time that will enable them to work when the office is quiet. They might need more visual reminders around them on screens and pinning things to the wall just to help them with changes of procedures. So there's a lot of very basic little adjustments that can be done in the workplace that can help overcome some of the memory difficulties and the processing difficulties. Certainly some people would argue there are, because dyslexic people often process information more visually. There are more dyslexic architects, there is a lot of self-employed dyslexic people. There's research to suggest the entrepreneurs is a very strong occupation for dyslexic people. And a lot of dyslexic people have very good strategic thinking skills, and they're capable of working at a very high level, but they don't get the opportunity to do that because they start their career in an administrative-based job, and it is sometimes those more basic administrative tasks that are a major problem, so they find the promotion ladder difficult. There is the suspicion that it doesn't exist and it is a hidden disability, but there is far too much evidence out there now, both at a neurological and a research level, to know that it definitely is a phenomenon that does exist and it needs to be addressed.